Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review, so if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. A lot went down in this episode, so let's just get right into this review. Bad vs. Wild was a hot mess. I mean, from start to finish, it was a mess. Nick Cannon could not get a word in edgewise. They barely played any of the games, and they both ended up leaving early. Natalie and Joseline had a lot of tension with each other. They don't like each other because they're in competition based on their shows that they have on Zeus. Joseline feels like she's the one who has the better show and that she put Zeus on the map, which Joseline felt the need to repeat multiple times during this episode. Now look, I don't think that they need to beef with each other about this because they have their own fan base. Some people like Joseline's show, some people like Natalie's show, and some people like them both, so I don't get why they're beefing with each other about that. Now personally, I cannot watch Joseline's show. I don't like the way that she treats the girls on the show. I've seen a lot of clips of her disrespecting them and talking down to them really bad. And I know you can say the same thing about Natalie, but I just feel like it's not the same way that Joseline does it. I mean, Joseline's show is just a little bit too much for me. I mean, there's times when Baddies is a little bit too much too, but I just feel like I can't get into Joseline's show. I've just never really been into Joseline. I mean, I'm not really a fan of Natalie either, but because she was on the Bad Girls Club, I feel more inclined to support her show than Joseline's. Now, for the Baddies side, Natalie had Rolly, Mariah Lynn, Tasiki, and Scotty. And then for Joseline's team, she had Spin, Andrea, Danny, and Precious. And look, I don't really know the girls from Joseline's Cabaret, but they looked really cute in their outfits. They were all matching. They had camouflage on, and I thought that was really cute. And then Joseline had them all doing a little dance routine, which I thought was kind of funny too. But there was so much tension between the two groups. I mean, the Baddies were saying things to the Joseline Cabaret girls. The Joseline Cabaret girls kept yelling things at the Baddies. It was just a hot mess. And to me, Tasiki was ready to fight the entire time. I think she knew it was going to end up turning into a fight because there was just a lot of tension. And to me, none of the girls were really there to play the games. They were there to fight. Now, Nick Cannon did attempt to try to make the girls play the games, but the games were kind of stupid to me. Like, I thought they were going to actually play the games that they play on, Wild and Out. But that's not at all how it was. It was do a split or take something off, walk around without your wig on or take something off. I think the girls were doing a twerk off. It was just a really hot mess. I don't think the games were entertaining at all. And to me, the girls weren't really participating the right way. And I think they were just giving points just to give them because to me, the girls weren't really following the rules of the game in the first place. I don't know. It was just really confusing. But things ended up getting really messy when they had the girls play this game called Keep It a Stack. And the first two that had to go up was Natalie and Joseline. They had to ask each other a question and they had to tell the truth, and if they don't tell the truth, then obviously they have to take something off. So Joseline started bringing up Natalie's OnlyFans and the things that she does on there. She started tapping her coochie. I don't know what she was doing. She was just doing a little bit too much for me. Joseline is a lot to handle, but she started bringing up whether or not Natalie had one of the baddies in a video with her on OnlyFans, and Natalie was saying that it wasn't true. Now, I don't know if the video of her and Scotty was from OnlyFans, so maybe she's telling the truth about it not being on OnlyFans, but I know that there is a video out there of her and Scotty, so I really don't know why Natalie was lying about it. She tends to lie about things that people have evidence of her doing, but to me, I don't think that that was that big of a deal to bring it up. I mean, they're both grown adults. If they wanted to do that, then they wanted to do it. And the thing about it is that I don't really feel like Joseline is somebody that can judge Natalie for the raunchy things that she might do because Joseline has a history of doing a lot of raunchy and unnecessary things and she gets arrested all the time. So to me, she's not really one to talk, but I understand that they don't like each other, so they're going to take digs at one another. Then Natalie starts accusing Joseline of doing what Sukihana was saying that women like to do in that song she has called Eating, and I don't know if it's true. Joseline was saying that it wasn't true, and to me, she's pretty honest about the things that she'll do in the bedroom, so I don't think that Joseline would lie about it. So if Joseline is saying that she's never done that before, then I believe she's never done it before. Somebody from the Baddies side, and I'm suspecting that it was Rolly because she likes to accuse people of doing things, but she started saying that Joseline does coke, and Joseline started saying that she does and she loves it, and she was running around yelling about how much she loves it. And look, she's a character, but to me, that's not nothing to brag about. And Joseline needs to pay attention to the way that she represents herself because she does have a really young daughter and she's gonna see these things one day. And so I just feel like Joseline needs to be careful of what she does. I mean, and the same thing can be said for Natalie too, because if everybody that was at this event saw these videos of her and Scotty, then who else has seen them? Like, she needs to be careful too, because she has a daughter, and somebody that goes to her daughter's school or somebody might bring it up one day. So I just feel like they need to be a little bit more careful of how they represent themselves. Now, while Natalie and Joseline were kind of close to each other's faces, now there was somebody in between them to make sure that they didn't get too close, but Joseline ended up reaching over and popping Natalie in the face. And I'm sorry, but Natalie should have saw that coming, because Joseline is a hothead and she doesn't think before she does things, and so Natalie should have been on guard. But as soon as Joseline popped Natalie in the face, all the baddies ran over to fight the girls from the Cabaret. And look, Jayla was the first one that hopped up, and I have to give props to her, because if somebody hits your friend, you're up and you're ready to go, and she definitely was. Now, to me, from what I saw, I feel like the baddies were doing a little bit better in this fight against the Cabaret girls, but the security was all over the baddies and not really holding back the girls from the Cabaret. But this cameraman sucked, because they were too far away, so you couldn't really see who was fighting who and what was going on. Security was in the way, and then the cameraman had the camera too far away from what was going on, so you couldn't really see too much. I know at one point I saw Tasiki dragging one of the girls across the floor by her hair. I saw Mariah Lynn get her wig snatched off, and then I also saw Jayla going after somebody. I saw Scotty going after somebody. Tasiki ended up running over and punching one of the girls from the Cabaret in the face. It was just a really messy situation. And at one point, I remember seeing Rolly on the floor, and one of the girls had her by the hair and would not let go. So Rolly is there on the floor getting her hair pulled, and security is trying to get them apart. I think somebody said that she was getting jumped, like some of the girls from the Cabaret were trying to jump her, and Tasiki and Scotty ran over there to make sure that it didn't happen. But Rolly was pissed once they were able to get the two of them apart. And after the fight was over, Joseline and her girls ended up leaving to the back, and they changed into these shirts that had a screen grab from the video of Scotty and Natalie, which was really messy. It was nasty. I don't know. They're just crazy. But they had it blurred out on the screen, but we know what the picture was because they ended up talking about it after it aired. So look, it was just a really messy situation, and Rolly was pissed off. Like, she had something in her hand and she was trying to break the door because security and production wouldn't let her leave. They wouldn't let her leave with the object that she had in her hand because they felt like she was going to go outside and try to hit one of the girls from the Cabaret with it. I don't know if Rolly was trying to get to one of the girls from the Cabaret or if she was actually just trying to leave. I just know that she was pissed the hell off. I don't know if she got jumped or if the girl just got the better of her in the fight. I don't know, but some people were saying that she got jumped. Now, I think both teams were able to handle themselves well in the fight, but to me, from what I've seen, I felt like the baddies did a little bit better in the fight, except the fact that they were being held back more by security. That is not to say that the Cabaret girls did not stand their ground and do what they had to do, but to me, they didn't even have to fight, really. I felt like they all came there to fight, though. I don't think they came there to play the game at all. I think they came there to get paid and to fight, and that's what they wanted to do, and that's exactly what they did. And look, they all ended up leaving. The show never continued. Glorilla ended up going back on stage and doing a performance because the baddies and the wild girls never came back. So it was just a messy situation. Nothing got done. They didn't really play any games. It was just them fighting, really, to be honest with you. So those are my thoughts on Bad versus Wild. Let me know what you guys thought about this down in the comment section, because these are just my opinions, but you guys may have saw something different. So let me know down below. Also, thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all, and until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.